What'd you have for breakfast?
We are the sound of Lagos, and this is Mainland 98.3 FM.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
Fantastic conversations.
Great to see you again. It's good weather. You want to agree with that?
Yeah, I love weather. Trending music.
I live the life that I love. I love the life that I live. Tomorrow.
Traffic updates.
Ojoba and Charity intersections is good. There's no cause for alarm.
Sports. And everything fun is right here on Mainland 98.3 FM. Don't touch that dial.
Hi, I'm Biodun Olawale, the chairman for the Nigerian Rugby League Association.
Adizi Precious Innocent, the joint captain of Nigerian National Rugby League player.
My name is Rachel Ilia. I'm a loose forward for the Nigerian Rugby League.
Hi guys, my name is Ian. I'm a player for the National Rugby League.
Hi, my name is Chika from the Nigerian Rugby League.
You're listening to Sport Cruise on 98.3 FM. Don't touch that down.
Hello there, your number one sports show on radio, Sports Cruise, from 6 to 7 p.m. every weekday, only on 98.3 Mainland FM. Sports Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
Give me freedom, give me fire, give me reason, take celebration.
Sport Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
We all say when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
I know a place where the land is greener and diversity brings beauty, just like the rainbow.
TY Mix.
It's hard to replace. Such a good feeling when the news of unity fills the air while the wind blows.
Super no tension. By the grace of God, you shall win, you shall win, you shall win. Sao, sao, sao, sao. No matter who you be, you go down as well. 1 go, 2 go, 3 go, 4 go. No matter who you be, you go down as well. 1 go, 2 go, 3 go, 4 go. 1 team, 1 spirit. One nation on the go, indivisible, indestructible. Super Eagles, your victory, Papa God. I say, don't sign up, don't stand back. Just go out there, grab 'em. Oh yeah, I've been one of the Godfather. Super Eagles, oh yo, handle it, handle it, handle it, handle it.
All right, guys. Yes, ahead of the FIFA World Cup qualifiers, that will be played later this month against Zimbabwe as well as Rwanda. Yes, the manager, or should I say, the head coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Eric Sekuchel, yesterday released his first official provincial squad, and that was, exactly 3 p.m. Yesterday. Although some players would also have to fall aside, but then of course you have to you expect that it's going to be the entire core of the side that we are used to seeing. Talking about the likes of William Troost-Ekong, Victor Osimhen, Calvin Bassey, the first choice goalkeeper as well, Stanley Nwaba. We also have Manu Kalkoye as well, also back into the fold, and then former number one choice goalkeeper for Nigeria, talking about Uzo, of course, missing out of this particular one. All right, guys, that's our welcome into the West edition, midweek edition of Sports Cruise, live from 98.3 FM at the sound of Lagos. My name is Banjo Adetonwaluashegun, aka Agbatom, and of course, you know, as I don't get to do this alone every day of the week, we have ᴑᴏᴛ live in the studio, and we'll be talking about all of these things. All of these things today. We'll be focusing rather, on the team sheet that Iṛyᴏᴜ released yesterday at around 3 p.m. Yes, the official, provincial. It's actually a provincial score, so that means some players would also have to fall out even as time, would also permit them to also keep, or should I say, be part of that particular one. Apart from that, as well, we also had games as well yesterday, last night, the UEFA Champions League, the first round of the UEFA Champions League round of 16 games were played yesterday. Likes of Borussia Dortmund, seeing off Lille 3-1. We also had Arsenal as well right there, against PSV. That was, a football lesson that Arsenal gave to us as well as PSV yesterday. And then the biggest game for us, it's definitely have to be the Madrid derby right there at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium under the closed roof with Real Madrid winning that one and then also taking the advantage into the second leg to go 1 thanks to a late goal. Maybe not a late goal, by the way, but a goal, from from Brahim Diaz, talking about a former Manchester City's player, to also help Madrid take the advantage ahead of next week too at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium. Apart from that as well, yes, we'll also take our time to also take a look at our stories in Formula 1. We'll take a look at rookie drivers that would be making their F1 debut even as the F1 season will begin later this month, talking about the 16th of March at the Australian Grand Prix, the same place that we had the first the first Open when it comes to tennis. That was the Australian Open right there in Melbourne. A lot of what this we'll be talking about on the show. And then it's now been confirmed as well that Lewis Hall, that's the Newcastle defender, would not be playing and would in fact be missing the entirety of the season after he also got an injury. So that means at the Carabao Cup final, and that's going to be between Newcastle up against Liverpool, Lewis Hall as well as Anthony Gordon. Yes, we'll also be playing in that particular. We'll also take a look at that one and we'll see where we go from there. Welcome guys to the show. Don't forget, you can also go join the conversation. All you need to do is just call us 093-6000-410, 093-6000-410. You can also send us WhatsApp or text messages as well to 093-6000-430, 093-6000-430. But then, of course, let's also hear from ᴑᴏᴛ. ᴑᴏᴛ, good evening to you.
It's a good time. What a time to be on the radio. What a good time to talk sports. And I also want to think it's maybe some form of some breather for Arsenal fans, especially on the back of the outstanding result they had yesterday at the Philips Stadium in Holland, where they defeated apologies. I'm just trying to sort my way around the headphones. Where they defeated their host, the defending champion of the Dutch league, that is PSV. But like you said, I think the bigger game yesterday night for me was the Madrid derby, and then we saw quality goals. All of the 3 goals yesterday was certainly marking for contenders of the Champions League of the season.
Maybe of the season actually.
The finish from Rodrigo Goes, which I think is one of the most underrated players in world football. The equalizer from Julio Alvarez, a player that we talked about yesterday evening on the show. And of course, Brahim Diaz's goal, which I think Brahim Diaz is also maybe one of the most underrated players that we have in world football as well. But more than anything else, Madrid played with a lot of caution yesterday.
Exactly.
And then maybe, I don't know if they missed Jude Bellingham. But I feel like his space was vacant
in that game.
Hold up play, that ability to take in the ball, taking the pressure was really missing. And Kylian Mbappe also, you'd expect that for a big player, he should be able to stand up at the point where it mattered the most. It was a bit off yesterday, but more than anything else, Atletico Madrid just kept the game open at the Wanda Metropolitano next week, Wednesday. I'm sure that they would want to upturn that result. And for the people giving Madrid 70%, 90% chance to go through, all Atletico Madrid need needed just to win by a goal to
2-0,
nothing.
exactly.
A goal to nothing. We drive the game into extra time, and it could go either ways. And with the way that Atletico Madrid team is set up, you have a feeling that they could get the job done. But for PSV, if there's anything possible for them to just write to UEFA that they don't want to come waste money to England
because they have one foot in the quarterfinal.
There's no foot anywhere. Arsenal is just waiting for which of the Madrids they will play
against,
because PSV would need to beat Arsenal 7-0 at the Emirates Stadium, or beat them 6-0 so that they can equal that game. It's going to be 7-7 and all of that. So it's just a whole lot. But more than anything else, like I said, the game between Borussia Dortmund at the Signal Iduna and Lille. A lot of us are not talking about
that exactly.
Lille are taking the battle away and they are returning it to France.
Yes,
and with the quality of what they played yesterday,
we saw yesterday, it's going to be a beautiful game.
See, Borussia Dortmund may just be on their way out of the Champions League this season. They scored first against Lille. They had their chances, and the Lille came in stronger in the second half, and they showed that they fear nobody. I think it was a matter of respect they had for Atletico.
Exactly.
Borussia Dortmund when the game started, but they grew into the game. But more than anything else, again, you look at Arsenal. That is the record. Away win. In the second round of 16,
as well. Ethan Nwaneri also becoming the third youngest goal scorer in Champions League.
And sometimes Arsenal always find a way to make their fans forget their sorrow. Now they are saying, we defeated PSV 7-0. The team that defeated Liverpool, that defeated Juventus, that took off point of PSG, defeated them without the striker, 7-0 and everything like that. They play Manchester United next, by the way, at Old Trafford, and you just have a feeling that Premier League teams are just a different breed. Somebody made a post yesterday that Arsenal would prefer to remain in Holland, because I'm sure maybe the media buzz deceived PSV that Arsenal don't have strikers, they can't score, because they came out to play Arsenal yesterday, and before you could say Jack Robinson, it was 3-0. It's quite unfortunate, but I think that one is done and dusted. But for Arsenal, let's keep our fingers crossed.
Let's go for a quick break, and when we also come back, we'll take a look at the official themes, the team sheets that Aιλib̑ released, and also take our time to also analyze all of that. We'll be right back after this very, very short break.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos. Lagos, are you ready to take your event to the next level? From the heart of the city to the center of the nation, Mainland 98.3 FM is bringing the studio to you. Whether it is political rally, a church crusade, a corporate event, or grand celebration, our state-of-the-art outdoor broadcast unit ensures your event is heard live across Lagos and beyond. Real-time event coverage, expert commentary, crystal clear sound. Let's take your story beyond the venue and straight to the people. For bookings and inquiry, call Eric on 070-3328-5797 or visit our social media page, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Mainland 98.3 FM. Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
Oga, this your engine don't kaput.
After you don't make me repair. See the kind thing you talk.
Oga, don't be my fault now. I said you walk. Now your engine no good. Hello, my engine.
My people, una sabi say one way to make sure say una motor and generator engine them work wella na to dey buy ogbonge quality petrol. That na why Dangote Refinery don't find way to refine their petrol to give us ogbonge quality straight run petrol. This na better quality petrol where you fit trust to. Time don't reach to care for una engine them. Buy better quality Dangote petrol.
Fantastic conversations.
Great to see you again. It's good weather. You want to agree with that?
Yeah, I love weather. Trending music.
I live the life that I love. I love the life that I live. Tomorrow.
Traffic updates.
Ojalba and Charity intersections is good. There's no cause for alarm.
Sports. And everything fun is right here on Mainland 98.3 FM. Don't touch that dial.
Lagos, are you ready to take your event to the next level? From the heart of the city to the center of the nation, Mainland 98.3 FM is bringing the studio to you. Whether it is political rally, a church crusade, a corporate event, or grand celebration, our state-of-the-art outdoor broadcast unit ensures your event is heard live across Lagos and beyond. Real-time event coverage, expert commentary, crystal clear sound. Let's take your story beyond the venue and straight to the people. For bookings and inquiry, call Eric on 070-3328-5797 or visit our social media page, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Mainland 98.3 FM. Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
Oga, this your engine don't kaput. After you made me spend money repairing and repairing, see what you are now saying. Oga, don't be my fault now. I sabi woko. Now your engine no good. Hello, my engine.
Do you know that one way to get your engine working efficiently is by buying good quality petrol? That is why Dangote Refinery has refined its petrol to straight run clean petrol, which is quality petrol you can trust for all your engines. It's time to care about your engine. Buy high quality Dangote petrol.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Yeah, I know what this is. 98.3 Mainland FM.
Hello there, your number one sports show on radio, Sports Cruise, from 6 to 7 p.m. every weekday, only on 98.3 Mainland FM. Sports Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
Give me freedom, give me fire, give me reason to take celebration.
Sport Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
We all say when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag.
Hello, my name is Cʀᴜɪ紛 and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
Super Eagles, waiting they happen, waiting they share, we want know. Shana Winch, I been landing, no matter their plan, no, we go still they fly. Where you do? My brother, where you do? Where you do? My brother, where you do? Agali make you tell me where you dey. Finidi make you tell me where you dey. Ayegbeni make you tell me where you dey. Tijani make you tell me where you dey. Ataribo make you tell me where you dey. Ayobo, make you tell me where you did.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. This is Sport Cruise Live from 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. All right, guys, let's also move into the business for today. Just like what we mentioned, Alex Cʀᴜɪsᴇ yesterday released a 39-man provisional squad list for the two important games, by the way, against Rwanda as well as Zimbabwe. Let's also quickly, call out their names. For the goalkeepers, we have in goal. And we have invited already, actually, because this is just a provisional squad, not that it's the permanent squad for these two games. We have Sᴘᴏ Nwabali, we have Maduka Okoye returning back to the fold. Just a couple of months ago as well, he had to undergo injury on a broken hand. We also have Amaso Basugi as well moving, from the MPFL before the beginning of the season. We also have Adelé Adebayo playing right there in the Israel League, as well as Remo Stars goalkeeper, the only MPFL goalkeeper in this one, in Kayode Bankole. And then for the defenders as well, we also have the captain, or should I say the vice captain, because Ahmed Musa has now returned to take his position as the captain of the side. We have William Troost-Ekong, Bright Osayi Samuel playing for Fenerbahce. We also have Bruno Yemechi as well, also doing his thing. We also have Gabriel Osho as well playing for Auxerre right there in the French League On. Calvin Bassey as well for Fulham in England. We also have Olaoluwa Aina playing for Nottingham Forest as well in England. Zaidu Sanusi as well has also been recalled back to the fold. We also have Igor Ogbu, making his first call up to the side. Jordan Toria Riga as well as also gotten another recall. We also have Ifeanyi Onyebuchi also getting his first call up as well to the side. And then for the midfielders, we have Wilfred Ndidi planning straight for the whipping boys of the EPL, talking about Leicester City. We also have Rafael Onyedika as well playing very well for Club Brugge as well this season. Alexander Yusuf has also gotten a recall as well back to the side. We also have Fisayo Dele Bashiru, although that could be a doubt because just a couple of weeks ago as well, he had to be taken out of that game for his club Lazio. And then Frank Onyeka as well has also gotten that recall as well, playing for Augsburg at the moment in the German Bundesliga. We also have Alex Iwobi playing for Fulham. Joseph Ayodele Aribo has now made his return, though that's actually quite surprising and controversial because Southampton this season have really not done themselves proud at the EPL. We also have Joseph Anthony Dennis rather also as well. We also have Christantus Uche and then Papa Daniel Mustafa. And then for the forward, you have Samuel Chukwueze, Victor Osimhen. Yes, we also have Ademola Lookman, Kelechi Iheanacho, Victor Boniface, Simon Moses, Sadiq Umar, Nathan Teller for Bayer Leverkusen in the German Bundesliga. We also have Sadiq Umar as well, also being also returning back to the side as well. And then Cyril Dessers are playing right there in Scotland. Toru Arukodare playing for Genk right there. Also have Chidera Ejuke playing for Sevilla. Paul Onuachu as well has also been invited playing for Southampton. Ahmed Musa, the captain of the side, as well as Ako Adams. And these are the guys that have officially been invited for the two games against Rwanda, and that's going to be played on the 21st of March, as well as Zimbabwe, which will be played on the 25th of March right here in Uyo, also known as the Godswill Akpabio. But let's also quickly talk about this team sheet. It looks like Eric Sekuchela has also gone about doing his business. I think for the past 3-4 weeks here in Nigeria, he has been going to a lot of MPFL games. He has been at Remo Stars. He was also at the Onikon Stadium as well for their game. Apart from that, Kano Pillars game as well. Exactly, Kano Pillars Rangers. To see that was at the Sani Abacha Stadium right there in Kano. You take a look at this provisional squad list, and it looks like it just looks like Eric Sekuchela knows what he's doing. Do you think this squad, with all the because you also take a look at the likes of Willie Orban, also known as Gibbs Orban, who has also scored 4 goals in 8 games, who did not even get a call up to this side. And with it just being a provincial squad list, what exactly do you make up of this particular squad list? Okay.
First off, I'm happy that Cyril Dessers is back in the side. I think he's absolutely well deserved. He's been in the form of his life in the Scottish League, getting in those goals week in, week out for Rangers. And I've always wondered why you would invite a Paul Onuachu that scored only 3 goals in almost 2 seasons of club football
for Southampton,
and then decided to leave a Serodesa that constantly getting the goals, for his club. But I'm really happy he's back. I'm also happy that Santos Uche, got a call up again. But a lot of people have been asking, what's Aḽe Musa doing in the side? First off, let's break it down for ourselves. All of you said Aḽe Musa. The rule said Aḽe Musa cannot play in Chan.
In Chan, yeah.
Because he has already gone pro. Aḽe Musa is still playing in the Nigerian Premier Football League. All of you are saying that we should bring the best from the Nigerian Premier Football League. Aḽe Musa is one of the best players we have in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Terrorizing defenders, getting a lot of those goals, banking in the goals, getting penalties, getting the assist, all of those amazing runs. And
I think his form has also fizzled as well at a point.
He's been injured.
Yeah, he's been injured. But he's back.
And the few times he's back, he's constantly getting into it. Against ᴘᴏ versus Rangers, he was arguably the man of the match in that particular game. So I'm wondering why anybody would think he shouldn't come back in his side. If you say he's not going to play for Chan and you want the best in the Nigerian Premier Football League to come back into the side, so what problem do you have against Aḽe Musa? Besides, he's still the man, he's still the captain of the Super Eagles. Yes. Nobody takes that away from him. But above all, I'm trying to understand what you also mean by the manager is doing his job. First off, he knows what's at stake before he picked up the job.
Okay.
It's quite unfortunate as a manager. You're coming in when your team is at a win or bust stage
situation,
where your team is condemned to win all of their games.
Yes. That's 6 games.
Even winning the 6 games still does not guarantee us that we'll qualify. But it puts us in a good position, right? Because there's still playoffs. We can qualify for playoffs.
Exactly.
So, but because
we must win the games first.
Winning all of those 6 games requires that some other teams must also lose their other games too, before the calculation can favor us to even qualify for playoffs. So, I mean, as a new manager, you would expect that your first set of competitive games could be maybe friendly matches, and that would help you, introduce yourself
your tactics
in a less competitive environment. Exactly. The players will get to know you. You play some maybe grade A or top quality friendly matches and all of that. But you are coming in and your first game is a win or bust. In fact, your 2 games back to back is a winner takes all thing for you, and it's not just minor wins that should command some good quality number of goals, because you never can tell what could help us scale through in that particular. We saw what happened at the last World Cup where we lost via away to Ghana. So you don't know what could disqualify us from qualifying for the next World Cup this time around. And I'm looking forward to the World Cup for the very first time in the history of FIFA. There's going to be a Super Bowl kind of halftime. So when we always see the Super Bowl, that for the first 45 minutes of halftime, that 15 minutes, they're going to be performance.
I personally believe that's going to be a distraction. Okay.
Distraction.
Yes. FIFA after the money.
What happens during halftime?
Nothing happens. The players are in the dressing room taking instructions from the coaches.
Sometimes when you look at the Nigerian Premier Football League during halftime, you see some skill guys coming up to do some skill and all of that. Why don't you commercialize it?
Okay.
Commercialize it.
Don't you think it takes the glove away from the tournament itself?
Which gloves?
Because now imagine
it's not every game. It's not every game. It's not every game for the 5 minutes I will have the halftime.
During the Super Bowl, this year, that even the Donald Trump also attended, becoming the first team president to attend. Now, do you know that Kendrick Lamar overshadowed the Super Bowl itself? Because in weeks to follow after that final, people were talking about Kendrick Lamar.
Why were talking about Kendrick Lamar's performance where?
At the Super Bowl.
So that's it.
But they're talking about Kendrick Lamar not the Super Bowl.
Because Kendrick Lamar is a global star.
So that's what I'm saying. That it takes the gloves out of the final itself.
And you can't even compare the Super Bowl to the FIFA World Cup, my friend.
Yes.
Don't make that comparison.
I'm not doing that.
Don't make that comparison.
I'm not doing that.
See, it's money, and it's going to be commercialized. Do you know how much a 30 seconds advert on Super Bowl is worth?
Yes.
Millions of dollars
for
30 seconds.
Okay.
So if FIFA chooses to commercialize it, it doesn't take anything away from it.
I'll tell you something.
The players are in the dressing room, they're taking instructions. The fans are seated in the stadium.
Okay.
Billions of fans from all over the world are also watching. They're enjoying. One is a global space and exposure for whatever set of artists they will choose to come and perform.
Okay.
There's nothing. See, do you see the way they always change the stage of the Super Bowl?
Let me take you back to
the stage is set.
Let me take you back to 2010 at the opening ceremony of the South Africa 2010 World Cup. where Shakira made that performance. That I'm trying to remember the title of the song. Exactly. Now that is over 15 years.
Remember very well.
Come on. Over 15 years. Over 15 years after that particular performance, right? What if I tell you that performance is still being remembered than even the final itself of the World Cup?
Let me tell you what I'm saying. Let me tell you what I remember the first.
Okay. Shabalala.
From FIFA. Let me break all of those down. Hang on.
Okay.
First off,
okay,
the fact that the first World Cup that was held on African soil, the opening goal of that World Cup was scored by an African.
Okay.
And it was not just anyhow goal.
Yes.
It was a contender of the goal of the tournament that was scored by Shabalala.
Yes.
The host nation scored the opening goal in a FIFA World Cup, the first that was held on the continent of Africa.
Yes.
Let me tell you another thing I remember.
That was on the first goal of the tournament.
The introduction of the Vuvuzela.
Yes.
To the world, the global stage.
Yes.
That was one of the things I read.
Who talks about the final? Nobody talks about the final. But everybody's talking about Shakira.
What do you mean by nobody talks about the final?
They're talking about Shakira's performance.
Our web gave almost 12 yellow cards in the final. Or the fact that a Spanish team that lost the opening match against Switzerland went on to win the final.
Netherlands, yes.
A lot of things I remember in that one.
Okay.
The fact that there was a massive revelation of a certain player, which is Mesut Ozil, that was voted one of the youngest players of the tournament and also made it to the team of the tournament.
Okay.
So there are a lot of things I remember for South Africa 2010 World Cup.
No. I'm not talking about the World Cup itself. I'm talking about the opening ceremony and the final itself. If they bring those two things, those two memories to you, that's okay. Okay, I mean, which one can you remember vividly? Was it Shakira dancing and singing Sᴘᴏ
No,
at the final, or even Andres Iniesta's goal in the final?
I remember Iniesta's goal. I remember the fact that there was a certain Wesley Sneijder that won the treble with Inter Milan and came to that World Cup and he led Holland to the final.
And if you
I
also
remember that in that World Cup, Lionel Messi did not score a single goal.
Yeah,
I remember the fact that Lionel Messi was shot at by Vincent Nyama for the Super Eagles. And I also remember that there was a certain Yakubu Ayegbeni that missed arguably the miss of the season.
That was 2002, not 20.
2002.
Yakubu was 2002.
Which 2002?
Yakubu was 2002. Okay.
Yakubu was 2002.
Yes, Korea.
Japan.
Yes, 2002. It was. Yes. You see, you don't know what he did. Okay, we are getting old. Alright, guys. Yes, 01360004110. I can also join the conversation. But let's also talk about the goalkeeper situation for the Super Eagles of Nigeria at this point in time. I mean, I think it was last year.
Sometimes I always listen to me. Listen to me. I may not know anything about analysis and all of that, but when I put numbers on you, go and sleep on it. 2010 World Cup in South Africa, Yakubu Ayegbeni missed that thing.
Was it the 20?
Are you joking right now, Agbatomi? Are you joking? Did you watch 2002 World Cup?
2000? Yes, I did. So
who are the teams in Nigeria's group in 2002 World Cup?
At least I was still young. At least I was still young then.
Who were the teams in Nigeria's team at 2002 World Cup?
And Yama was there.
I said the other teams in the Super Eagles team in Korea, Japan.
That was Germany.
Germany? Are you serious right now?
I'm trying to actually recall.
You can't recall, man.
No. As I then I was still little. Obviously.
Even now I'm still little. Are you serious right now?
He come for the middle. He beat number 3. He give on to Olise to West, and West to Yaro, and Yaro to Concha.
Okay, we has cooked me on this show. Okay, now 36,400. Okay, me. Don't worry, we'll meet outside the court. Let's also hear from Scholar. Good evening. Your name, where you're calling from, very quickly. Hello. Oh, please kindly try to call us back. 0136000.
Right now. We needed
who missed at 2002 World Cup?
Win against South Korea in 2010, and Yakubu Ayegbeni lost that goal against South Korea.
What I'm talking about is the
what?
The missed chance. It was in 2002. There's what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you are referring to.
I mean,
Yakubu Ayegbeni's miss of the century.
Yes, was it 2010 or 2002?
In 2010 World Cup in South Africa.
Let's hear from this caller. Hello, good evening. Anywhere you're calling from, very quickly. Hello. Yeah, welcome to the show.
Good evening. This is Morgan.
You're welcome.
How can someone forget the miss of Ayegbeni in 2010?
Are
I was thinking my mind is saying 2002.
If not that my phone is bad, I will have told you this phone. There was no goalkeeper. The goalkeeper had already gone for a square ball catch.
And the goal post.
Agadami said it's 2002. He's even checking. He's even trying to confirm.
2010, South Korea.
Are you joking?
Okay, it was 2010.
Are you joking?
No. What happened is this. I know what happened. 2010 World Cup was at South Korea. 2002 was at South Korea.
It was not South. It was Korea, Japan.
Korea, Japan, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. And the game Yakuba Ibeni missed that was against South Korea. So that was what I was trying. That was what I was mixing up. Okay?
No, you can't mix up such.
Let's have a miss call. Hello, good evening. Where calling from very quickly.
Today.
All right, you have a message on WhatsApp. This person says, "Good evening, Okoyemi and Agbatomi. Mike O from Ikeja Cement. I said Arsenal should get ready for Madrid. Benfica will see film this night. I hope NFF will allow this coach to do his job. Okoyemi, you are too overloaded. I know you just take it easy. Agbatomi in the studio. All right, thank you so much, guy. Hello, good evening. Anybody calling from very quickly?
Hello, Okoyemi.
Hello, good evening.
This is Larry calling from Rikushi.
You're welcome.
You are very right. I'm not sure even if Ayegbeni was in 2002.
I was.
That was the year. Wait, hold on. That was the year when Bartholomew Ogbesi was introduced.
Exactly. He was playing at PSG.
Did you remember now?
Yes, we were taken to that World Cup by
that was a mix-up.
So exactly. I was also thinking of no, but Ayegbeni was not in 2002. It was 2010. It was 2010.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let's also hear from this caller as well. Hello, good evening. Anywhere calling from very quickly.
Good evening. My name is Emmanuel, calling from Ogun State, from Gota.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Emmanuel.
First and foremost, Ayegbeni did not play in 2002. It was 2010. So get me. Then another thing I remember about it was 2010. Another thing I remember about that competition is that was the first African country to go to the quarterfinal in Ghana. Only went to the semi-final.
Except of course that
Morocco has also eclipsed
that Suarez foul.
Yeah, Morocco has also eclipsed that record as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hello, let's also still pay the calls. Hello, good evening. Where are calling from? Oh, please kindly try to call us back. All right, we have another call on the show. Hello, good evening. Where are calling from very quickly? Baba mi hello. You won't use me, Abi.
Ọmọdé máa ń gbọ́ ni.
You go bow. What I know you. No. So let me who can score. When would they go our house? That day I cannot forget in my life. Now that way they argue with Edas. Don't connect. You go connect if you argue with Edas.
Thank you so much. Corrections taken. All right, guys. Let's also move away from that very quick. I was talking about the goalkeeper position we have at this point in time. Just a couple of months ago, we had Sᴘᴏʀᴛ losing his mother as well as his father. I think that was just in a space of one month exactly. And after that particular incident happened, for a South African club at Chippa United, he started giving away some clangers, some goals as well to the opposition team. And it just looks like this point in time, there's no room for error. I mean, do you think İrīᴛ has to, stick with Sᴘᴏʀᴛ or try other goalkeepers, the likes of Adigbe or even Madikakwe coming from?
He doesn't have a choice. Sᴘᴏʀᴛ is Nigeria's #1 goalkeeper. No disrespect to every other person. He's our #1 goalkeeper. He's the captain of his club. He was still the man of the match in Chippa United's last game away from home where they picked the maximum point. So, I like to always say, if it's not broken, don't fix it. If we could celebrate the team that got to the final and lost to Ivory Coast, and then we think it's a golden silver, then there's no point touching Nwabali. I mean, I see the goalkeeping department is as important as the striking department in every club, but more in every team rather. But more importantly, a goalkeeper initiates everything about the team, even though the ball is passed from the center circle. Yeah. But the goalkeeper is the #1 man in the line of defense.
He sees everything.
He sees everybody because everything is ahead of him. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I don't see the reason why. Maybe Amas Obasogie as well is shown like a star.
Adigbe has also been doing well for himself in Israel.
As well in the
Nigerian has not even been the #1 goalkeeper for Remo Stars this season.
Yes, I know. Yes, but then I think basically for me is just bring in those boys and keep them here. I think the manager
I was on X yesterday.
Traveled around the stadiums.
I was on X yesterday, and someone made mention of the fact that why was Mustafa Lawal, the goalkeeper for Shooting Stars, not invited? He's also known as the Cat. Why was he not invited? Why Kayode Bankole?
We don't want the Cat. We want a goalkeeper. And let's leave one Bali there.
All right, guys. Let's also leave all of that very, very quickly. Just like what we mentioned, there were other games, UEFA Champions League games yesterday night. But before we also take a look at that, let's also quickly take a look at other sports. And now, talking about Formula 1, let's also quickly take a look at the rookies that will be joining the F1 grid in the year 2025, and that's talking about the Australian Grand Prix. Yes, first of those guys would be Andrea Kimi Antonelli, who is 18 years old and will also be representing Mercedes. I know this year is going to be replacing 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, which is going to be a tough one for any driver. Not less alone, an 18-year-old with those just one season in Formula 2 under his belt. And then Andrea Kimi Antonelli has also been keen to stress that it's just another Mercedes driver, not Lewis Hamilton's replacement. But then, of course, he also took part in his first practice at the Italian Grand Prix in Monza last year, but his heart was also cut short when a crash on his second push lap ended the session. We also have Oliver Bierman as well at the age of 19 representing us, and yes, he made headlines with the super sub appearance for Ferrari at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix last year, where he scored 6 points on his debut as a last-minute replacement for Carlos Sainz, who had appendicitis, is now in that one. And then the 19-year-old also stepped in for Kevin Magnussen in Azerbaijan as well as Brazil, representing us. The team he has now signed for on a multi-year deal. We also have Liam Lawson as well, also representing Red Bull. Is 23. He's technically a full season rookie, by the way, but then with the added experience of 11 Grand Prix, following two cameos for Red Bull's sister team in 2023 as well as 2024, the New Zealander had bypassed a permanent spot to the newly named Racing Bulls and has also gone straight to being 4-time world champion Max Verstappen's teammate in the. We also have Jack Doohan as well at the age of 32 representing Alpine, with Esteban Ocon starting a new life with us. Alpine has now promoted reserve driver Jack Doohan for the 2025 campaign. The 22-year-old, who is the son of 5-time MotoGP world champion Mick Doohan, raced for the French team at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix back in December. We also have Isaac Adja, who is 20 years old and also representing Racing Bulls. He has won 4 races in Formula 1 last year, the most of any driver, but was also picked to the title by fellow F1 newbie Gabriel Bortoleto. Let's also talk about Gabriel Bortoleto as well, who is also representing Sauber as well at the 2025 Formula 1 season. It's going to be following the footsteps of Charles Leclerc, George Russell, as well as Oscar Piastri as a rookie driver who is back to back Formula 2 and Formula 3 champion. The Brazilian produced the eye-catching display during his title-winning F2 campaign, where he went from last to first at the feature race right there in Monza. Let's also talk about the NBA very, very quickly, where LeBron James also became the first player to surpass 50,000 points in NBA history after he helped the LA Lakers to victory over the New Orleans Pelicans. The 40-year-old American surpassed their mark early in the first quarter of his side's 136-115 win, gathering a pass from Luka Doncic and also sinking a sublime 25-foot three-pointer. LeBron James, who is the leading scorer in the competition's history, finished the match on 34 points to also take his career total to 50,033 points, which is 6,000 clear of second place Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. All right, guys, let's also go for a quick musical break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the Champions League. I will see where we also go from there. We'll be right back.
Sport Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
We all say when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. Celebration.
Sport Cruise, 6 p.m.
Hello
weekdays
there.
on
Your number 1 sports
98.3
show on radio, Sports Cruise, from 6 to 7 p.m. every weekday, only on 98.3 Mainland FM. Sports Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
Give me freedom, give me fire, give me reason, take me higher.
Hello, my name is Cʀᴜɪ紛 and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. This is Sports Cruise live from 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. And I'm currently listening to the official theme song of the Elite and then the best UEFA, not even the best UEFA, but then the best club competition, best football competition in the world. Talking about the UEFA Champions League. Yes, the round of 16. We had games last night. The likes of Aston Villa defeating Club Brugge away from home 3-1. We also had Lille as well up against Borussia Dortmund. Yes, ending in a 1-1 draw. PSV and even as well right there in Holland also lost. That was really not a good game for PSV yesterday. A lot of people didn't even expect Arsenal to score up to even 5, 6, 7 goals, but then they did the unthinkable despite the Atletico Madrid. It ended in a 2-1 win for Real Madrid last night. But then, guys, we also have other games as well to be played later tonight. We'll come back to us talk about all of that. One of the games that will be played tonight, in fact, has started already, and that's actually Feyenoord up against Inter Milan. We also have other games as well. Bayern Munich would also be lined up against Bayer Leverkusen. That's an all-German, round of 16 clash, and tonight's game is going to be played at the Allianz Arena with Bayern Munich as well. Also saying that Franz Beckenbauer's jersey will be displayed at the top of the Allianz Arena tonight. We also have Benfica as well, a repeat of that game, that dramatic game as well. It's going to be played later tonight right there in Portugal by 9 p.m. It's going to be against Barcelona, and then we also have PSG as well in France at the Parc des Princes Stadium welcoming Liverpool, and that has to be the biggest game of tonight. Maybe Bayern Munich up against Bayer Leverkusen as well also has to be up there, because both of them are currently engaged, or should I say in the middle of, some form of a race or competition for the German Bundesliga title. Let's also quickly take a look at, the starting lineup for the game between Feyenoord as well as Inter Milan. Starting in goal for Feyenoord is Timon Wente. I'm telling much as possible to look at his name. Wellen Rutter. We also have Jalen Michel starting at right back. Thomas Berlin, David Anko, as well as Hugo Bueno as well. Also, and then in midfield we have Jacob Moda, Giggs Chimal, and then in attack we also have Igor Palacio, Ibrahim Osman, Julian Carranza, as well as Anis Haji Musa. And then for Inter Milan, starting the goal is Joseph Martinez. We also have Francesco Sabi, Stefan De Vrij, as well as Benjamin Pavard right there in defense. And then in midfield we have Alexander Bastoni, Piotr Zielinski. We also have Christian Asliani, Nicolo Barella, and Denzel Dumfries. And then in attack I have the two guys up front for them, talking about Marcus Thuram as well as Lautaro Martinez. At the moment the scoreline is still 0-0. Let's also see all of those games will also unfold. But then let's also go back to yesterday's game, talking about the big game between Real Madrid up against Atletico Madrid. Yes, the first goal, beautiful effort by Rodrigo right there to give Real Madrid the lead. But then Julian Alvarez, responded with an even better effort, and to also bring Atletico Madrid back on level terms to go 2-1. And then Brahim Diaz, former Manchester City academic graduate, gave Real Madrid the lead, and also the win, right there at the Stadio Metropolitano Stadium, right there at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium, right there. And then they'll also be taking that advantage, to the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium next week Wednesday. But let's also talk about that game very quickly. I mean, we all made a prediction yesterday. I made predictions personally that game was going to end in a draw, whether it was going to be a goalless draw or a score draw. But I just felt like that game was going to end in a draw. But unfortunately, I know Brahim Diaz got the winner in that particular one. And at the moment, it is advantage Real Madrid. And do you think they can go to the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium next week to get the job done?
They always say that if Man U's got 1,000, sorry, did I say Man U?
Yeah, you said Man U. Nah, come on. What is Man U looking for in the conversation?
No, actually, somebody started.
This is Champions League.
Somebody started a conversation of Rodrigo going to Manchester United. I actually posted a picture of Rodrigo in the Man U jersey, and I think I just saw it right now. That was what kind of, drifted my thought. That's
going to be a grass to grass story.
No, it can't even happen. There's no grass anywhere for Manchester United. Everything is grass. So it's. I kind of expected the game yesterday was going to be very cagey because you know that Atletico Madrid plays the deadliest low block you can imagine in world football. Atletico Madrid can defend you for 5 hours non-stop, and you go play tire, you don't go see anything.
Exactly.
So I kind of expected yesterday, especially with the fact that Jude Bellingham was going to be missing. I mean, Bellingham just holds that very pivotal role in unlocking attacks for Real Madrid, and we're kind of missing him yesterday. However, they got the job done. In the league, Atletico Madrid can beat Real Madrid 20 times. But when it comes to the Champions League, Madrid always find a way to, get the job done and all of that. But I don't know. I think Ancelotti needs to fix the relationship between Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Junior. Both of them held the ball unnecessarily for longer time yesterday. And Vinicius Junior was just complaining. And by the way, Vinicius Junior has scored only one La Liga goal since November. That's crazy, right? Nobody's even talking about it. But it's obviously scoring the Champions League. 7 goals already in the Champions League this season. But the second leg is going to be very open. I'm sure that Atletico Madrid knows that score a goal and that's neutralize it, make it balanced, then get one of those goals. But I don't know which of the Madrids Arsenal will likely meet. A Madrid that has arguably set of the deadliest attackers in Real Madrid, or a Madrid team that builds the strongest low block you can imagine in world football.
Exactly.
If Arsenal cannot unlock Newcastle on their low block, if they cannot unlock Nottingham Forest, if they cannot unlock, West Ham does not have the players to play low block. Arsenal were just messed up that day. It wasn't like where West Ham played any low block at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal were just not on a good turn that day. But you saw the way they played against Newcastle, even in the Carabao Cup second leg. Newcastle were absorbing them and hitting them on the counter. And of course, look at their game against Nottingham Forest, to the point that the coach of Nottingham Forest said he decided not to go with his 5-man defense because Arsenal were playing without striker. That's how crazy their low block was. But for which of the Madrid Arsenal would meet, we don't know yet. And I keep saying it. There's no miracle that can happen. Whether it's a miracle in Istanbul, or miracle in Omdurman, or miracle by the Red Sea, PSV are already out of the Champions League this season.
Exactly.
So Arsenal just want to wait and see who they play next 2 Wednesday. And we don't know which of the Madrid.
Let's talk about the games for today as well. We also have other games to look forward to. Just like what we mentioned, the final up against the Inter Milan game started already. 8 minutes already. Still goalless at this point in time. Bayern Munich has all up against Bayer Leverkusen at the Allianz Arena. We also have Benfica up against Barcelona as well, and then PSG up against Liverpool. Let's also quickly, maybe we should just focus a little bit more on the PSG up against Liverpool. For Ousmane Dembele, this is more or less like a day to destiny, because remember back in 2019 I was still playing for Barcelona, and then Barcelona also played against Liverpool, and then all Dembele had to do in that game at the Camp Nou was to shoot either side of Alisson, and Barcelona would have had a foot into the the final of the Champions League, which was played at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium. But at this point in time as well, it looks like Ousmane Dembele is at the form of his life. He has scored 18 goals since January alone. In fact, he has more goals than Mohamed Salah in 2025. And up against Liverpool as well, they also finished as top of the group in the UEFA Champions League. They are currently top as well in the Premier League table as well. By the way, I saw the stats by the way today. Liverpool as well as PSG top their group, top the English Premier League as well as the French League One with 13 points respectively. So it just looks like both sides are playing good football. Who do you think will be taking the advantage heading into the second leg at Anfield next week?
Tricky game. First off, let's even get the job. Let's even enjoy the first leg before we even talk about the second leg. There are some games that that this one is done and dusted from the first leg, like PSV Arsenal yesterday. But we're talking about arguably the two most attacking-minded teams in Europe right now. You talked about Ousmane Dembele. His highest scoring side was 14 goals in a season when he was at Barcelona. In 2025 alone, he scored about 21 goals in all competition. For Barcelona as well, for PSG rather. They've gone over 20 games without losing any. They've won 10 of their last 10 games.
They've won 10 of their last 10
games. They had a 10-1 aggregate victory over Brest in their last 10 in their playoffs. So they're in a team that is in a form of their life.
An excuse.
I mean, they've got Ousmane Dembele playing as a false nine so that they could accommodate Kvaratskhelia that moved over from Napoli in January.
Exactly.
So they've got some amazing players in them. They've got Donnarumma in goal, and that is absolutely imposing as well. He knows how to be a part of the team.
Exactly.
They've got experience. They've got young players. They've got quality. They've got finishing. They are deadly on the wings. But
who do you think is the better side, okay?
We're talking about Liverpool, my friend.
Okay.
Do you know what Liverpool have done this season? They've lost only one Premier League game all season.
I'm not joking. This season, 13 points.
You can't compare the level of competition in the French League to the English Premier League.
Okay.
13 points adrift of Arsenal. Arsenal have lost only 3 Premier League games the entire season, and are still trailing Liverpool.
Forest.
You're talking about Mohamed Salah that are giving you 40 plus goals contribution already,
30
and
goals
we're just in March.
Already, yes.
We're just in the start of March. We're talking about the player that have gone 40 plus goals for consecutive seasons. We're talking about a player that have scored in almost every single game he's played or assist this season. 2 goals, 1 goal, 1 assist. He's been influential for Liverpool. And we're talking about a Liverpool side that they've got other players that can hurt you. They've got other players that can make the life difficult for you. And they've got arguably the best centre back pairing in world football right now. In Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Konate.
Exactly.
So it's a balance. See, one thing is we neutrals would enjoy the game. For Liverpool fans, you may have your bias or you want your team to win. It could deny you, but for neutrals like us, we're just going to go in there and enjoy a beautiful game of football. But I have a feeling that this is not going to be a so much cagey affair. Thank God there's no longer a way
to so you can come outside and play football.
There'll be 2-6-0. You can still get.
You also want to call the Benfica versus Barcelona game as well?
It's going to be very difficult for Barcelona. They seem to have gotten their mojo back in the Spanish La Liga. They're topping with 3 points right now over Madrid, but just 1 point over Atletico Madrid. But against a Benfica side that is not known for scoring so much goals, especially at this stage of the Champions League, it's going to be very, very tricky. But I think Barcelona has got enough, and I'll continue to say the worst signing of the season would have to go to Dani Olmo. I don't know what Barcelona did to I'm trying to remember the club they signed him for. Right? RB Leipzig to get that player. Fantastic player.
Anyways, while Okwemi was also talking, we had a superstar walk into the studio in person of Auntie NY. Good evening to you. How's been your day very quickly? Good evening.
Fellow superstar.
Very well. Very well. What about you?
She came with good tidings.
So nice. Yeah, exactly.
You thought I didn't see that she gave you I've been dancing beside her
so you want to call your own? Because my bad voice. Okay, I want for your mic. So what exactly are we expecting on the show Ladies Lounge tonight?
Well, today, this week leads up to International Women's Week.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to remind our women of who we are.
Are you going solo today?
No, I'm not actually. The girls will be here.
Full squad.
I would pop champagne on their behalf. Starts off the party. Yes, stay.
Okay. So you suddenly want to become a woman because of champagne?
It's all right. It's okay. We welcome all men and women.
Exactly. All right, guys. Yeah, it's all right, guys. After this is Ladies Lounge live from the 98.3 FM. Thank you so much. Big shout out to your Kwemi as well as Auntie NY for doing this particular one. Thank you so much, guys. Keep your dial locked only on 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos. Good night.